Are you a USC, Texas, Washington, Tennessee, or Ole Miss fan that thought you had a Tier 1 college football program and you found out that it's really Tier 2? That's what happened to a lot of fans, and they are upset when it was revealed how EA Sports was going to be paying their royalties for college football 26. They divided the schools into 4 tiers based upon the number of AP top 25 finishes over the last 10 years. Most of the Tier 1 schools, nobody is going to argue with, but it's like Oklahoma State, Utah, and Iowa that has their other fans mad. So for a lot of fans, this was a hard pill to swallow. Imagine being a USC fan who's touting their #1 recruiting class in the country right now, and you're looking up at Oregon in Tier 1. Imagine being a Washington fan and you're looking over there at Oklahoma State like, what? Well, this is a 10-year average, and this has some fans literally stunned because they're like, we aren't who we thought we were. This doesn't mean your college football program is bad, but it is a little bit humbling when you are in the same tier as San Diego State, South Florida, Mississippi State, Louisiana, when you're supposed to be a college football blue blood. And now I'm gonna tell you this, if I was a school, this would be recruiting fodder. If I was Louisiana or Pittsburgh, I'd be like, why are you going over there to Florida State in our conference in the ACC where you can come over here to Pitt? Yeah, you can play a little bit earlier, and we are in the same tier as them. But when you get down to Tier 4, that's where things get interesting because you have a college football blue blood in Tier 4 in Nebraska. Now that begs the question, can you lose your college blue blood status? Because Nebraska being in Tier 4 of the NCAA College Football 26 teams? What? That means that they have been ranked in the top 25 in the last 10 years, just as much as Vanderbilt and Cal, Eastern Michigan. And I know Nebraska fans believe that Matt Rule is going to be the savior. He's going to be the guy that is going to do it, but it is going to take a bunch of years for you to climb up this list. Now, there is this school in Tier 4 that I do expect to make the college football playoff in 2025, and that is that I down there at the bottom, Illinois, coached by Mr. Brett Bielema. He's doing a great job out there. They had a fantastic season last year. They returned 16 starters from last year and 18 from the bowl game. So you can expect them to be climbing up maybe to Tier 3 next year, but they damn sure won't be stuck at the bottom. And this actually, I think, serves as hope for teams that you can actually see what's been above you, and you can actually get an objective view of what's in front of you. And that's the hard part for some of these fans to see, because you got Washington fans in my mentions talking about, oh my God, there are teams in Tier 1 that would trade our history with us. Are you sure though? Because otherwise you would be in Tier 1 right now. That just means that you have a checkered past and some inconsistency if you're not in Tier 1. And if you're USC, who's flaunting around that we're big and bad, we love LA, this is ours. College football is back, ours, because we are sitting in the #1 spot in the recruiting classes right now. Well, you got to get your wins up if you want to be in Tier 1. Now, the 2 teams that are in Tier 2 that I expect to be in Tier 1 within the next 2 years, Texas and Miami, because they are continuously climbing and they're going to be good year after year. And don't sleep on Washington either, because they may be moving up into that Tier 1 status as well, and possibly knocking off an Iowa or an Oklahoma State, because Oklahoma State after last year, they're going to need to put something together because they for sure didn't finish in the top 25. And another school who's had a good run up until the last 2 seasons is Utah. They have their head coach Kyle Whittingham back because he said here on the Unafraid Show, he didn't want to go out like he did last year. When you look at this list, which tiers surprise you the most? Because we got a bunch of second-tier teams talking like first-teamers on the internet. And you guys make sure that you tune in to the Unafraid Show. Be one of us and check us out on YouTube.